guys, welcome to another colour along. I'm going to colour from Hide and Seek, which is my latest book. Now I'm going to colour in Take Me to Your Leader because it just makes me laugh. I'm going to start with the sky. I'm thinking of blue sky, so I'm going to sort of blend it up from pastel blue and into a turquoise blue at the top. Actually, I might start with the lighter colour. I might just stay in the lines, so I'm going to just use my fine nib. Hope you guys are enjoying Hide and Seek as we roll into Christmas. Hopefully you get some time to sit down and do some colouring. A lot of fun to draw this little way, and lots of fun things in here. I really love the story in this illustration with the spaceship, a little alien spaceship crashing into the roof of what turned out to be a doll's house. I was thinking of doing a Christmas version of this one where there's instead of a spaceship crashing into the roof, it's Santa's sleigh. There are just elves and like a befuddled Santa looking into the maw of a cat who may or may not be wanting to play. Now there could be a problem with the proportions, I guess. It's fun to have aliens that are little because, hey, aliens can be really any size, can't they? But Santa Claus is a known percentage, a known size. So there's another suspension of disbelief required to make that one pay off. Now I have a sheet of acetate and a sheet of just plain photocopy paper underneath this page so that my colours, my markers don't bleed through, because the next page is a Mr. Fogarty page. We don't want to wreck that by having markers bleed onto it. I'm going to bring a pink dark blush into the walls of my little doll's house here. And I've got a coral red for the roof. I'm going to come back in and dull down these vibrant colours a little bit with some pencils later on, because that pink is quite wild, isn't it? But then it is a doll's house. And I think this door should be red too. Maybe some of these lights. Alright, I'm just going to try and knock that back now. I've got a crimson red, which is essentially the same colour, isn't it? But just brings a bit of texture, maybe a little bit darker. I'm going to chuck a little bit of purple in there. All right, now I'm bringing in a fuchsia. It's a fuchsia, but I want it to be sharper than that. Oh, so it's just... This pink's just a little bit too vibrant. I need to knock it back immediately before I carry on. All right, what else have I got? I might bring in some just white and yellow. What's this? This is ivory. Just to knock that back, but also bring in a little bit of texture to that, to the walls of this dollhouse. I'm going to use the fuchsia as the shadows. There's a bit of a shadow coming from under the eaves. Down the side of these windows a little bit. Certainly underneath the window frames. One of these window sills. That's it. I love my Polychromos to be really sharp when I use them, but they only stay really sharp for a short amount of time. I'm just doing this to add a little bit of texture, just randomly. It's helping me just to pull back that pink from the brink, but not too much because it is a cute little doll's house. So. Lovely. Got my salmon pink here. And I'm just looking at this brickwork around the doll's house, thinking I might layer in some of that salmon pink. So I'm just thinking salmon pink on the stonework. I guess this is stonework. And I want to come in with a lighter beigey colour for the window frames. I guess this is stonework under here. There's my pastel blue. I'm just looking at that. That's salmon pink to pastel peach. Sometimes if you have markers, especially in darker colours, bleed in, you just use your lighter colour to suck it out a little bit. Alright, I'm just going to go for the one under here is a bit darker. But move the top one a bit lighter. And now I'm bringing in a brown grey. For the window frame, and you know what, I've got this is a brown grey by the way, while I've got this out I'm going to just do this floorboard. What is it, a kickboard? Before I go to that edge there, I'm just going to fill it with some colourless blender. And then just sort of draw and blend that to nothing. Blend it to nothing with a tinge of green from whatever I coloured last, my colourless blender. Terracotta. Let's talk about this table. I don't want it to be the same colour as the windowsill or the kickboard because I think it's going to disappear, so I've brought in my terracotta. I've just got a cool grey. I'm going to do this spaceship and place it in a lighter cool grey. This is 042. And then maybe bring in something a little bit darker like a blue grey. Just a sort of shadow there. Right, I'm just bringing in a really dark, cool grey 082 for the tyres. I'm going to pull some of this colour into there. If I do this colour, it'll just disappear, but the darker one might stand out a bit more on the windshield here. Now that I'm out of there, I'm going to bring in that turquoise blue again. I'm going to use the blue-grey and create some shadows in these windows. Right, this is a really light cool grey, just for this smoke. I'm not sure whether to do that cat as a grey cat or a tan cat or a tabby cat. So many options. But I am going to do my aliens green. Bring some of that pink down into this doll. Maybe her shirt is pink. Maybe her boots are pink. Alright, what colour alien do you think we draw? Lime green aliens? Ooh. Maybe some pale green. I think that might be more of our green. I just know we have to have green. Maybe we did play with a little bit of that, just for the highlights. Let's try it out on this guy down the bottom. Good fun. Good fun. I think grey, like a dark eye. I think we need to have him with dark eyes. Where's my grey? My blue grey that I've used for here. I'm going to try it out for his eye. There you go. It looks like an alien, doesn't it? I'm going to do some of that salmon pink. Someone's riding the house like it's a horse. And I imagine this was like a communication device. He's talking into it. Take me to your leader. Thinking maybe the dress is red. And maybe some walnut hair. Blue eyes. Okay, I'm going with a grey cat. Then I'm going to have, just going to cool grey as a base. I'm just going to work in darker greys. Do things like leave the tips of the tails, tips of the toes white, and yeah, this vest white. Alright, I'm just going to work in around this face, darker on top, with my light to the face area and the tips of the ears. I'm just going to play with the warm grey, see how that reacts to this. Just going to bring in some stripes maybe, like a grey tabby cat. A little bit spotty, a little bit stripy. Alright, I'm just going to bring some life in with adding some pink, maybe to the inside of the ears. When I say pink, I do mean, of course, fuchsia, which I used up here, you remember, for the shadows. I should probably shadow this while I'm remembering. Yeah, look at that nose, a little bit of a tongue pink. Some really soft cheeks there and maybe some colour under the eyes. Alright, I've got this Conti Paris pastel pencil. Just going to add some white. It's a bit more grey than white. Where's my white pencil? I'm going to bring my white pencil in. Try and just put some highlights in. Soften some of these edges here. Add a few little white spots into the fur of the cat, just to give some texture in there. A little bit of ivory just to once again add some texture in here. Alright, I've got a vermilion red here, which I'm hoping will highlight a little bit. And maybe remember, just go straight yellow. I'm using a mix of Prismacolors and Polychromos here. So these are old Prismacolors I found. For the lighter colours, the waxier Prismacolors sit nicely on top of the markers, which I sort of like. So. And use this purple just to add a little bit of shadow. I really enjoy using these purples and violets to add shadows in. Sort of gives your shadows life, I think. Not sure about doing it on the green though. What I did mean to do was to make these lights green, the same green as the aliens. I'm just going to get some grass green for shadows on these guys. I'm avoiding the violet for shadows on the green because I think it would just do horrific things. Bit of green on these eyes for this cat. Alright, let's put a red dress on this little alien. It's obviously discovered a stash of doll's clothes and I just thought it would be a wonderful thing to do to get dressed up in those clothes. A little light yellow, like a canary yellow for this top. Leave that little frill bit white. Alright, let's chuck some blue somewhere here. And the sky's just looking a little bit too matte, isn't it? I think if we add in some texture with a pencil, we'd be doing ourselves a favour. At this point I just want to add texture. So I'm just lightly texturing this blue, fading it up maybe. I was tempted to put clouds in. Oh, I'm going to grab like a Prismacolor brown, dark brown. Just add little bits of texture into these bits of stonework. Not that it really needs it, but it is a bit of fun. Alright, let's finish it off with a bit of warm grey at the bottom here. It's just looking a little bit sparse with that white to try and give it a little bit of carpet vibe. A little bit of warmth at the bottom. And I might find a nice, this is warm grey 150, that was 140. Just going to speckle a bit of colour in here. Alright, I'm just going to highlight with some ink pen. Not too much, just a little bit of highlight. These eyes need some of that. Alright, I'm just looking at that. I'm thinking I might throw a blue in there. A light blue, like a navy blue. Leave the little white spots white. Alright, well that's Take Me To Your Leader. I'm going to call that finished. From Hide and Seek. Lots of fun colouring that little guy in. This cat looks fun in the greys. I think I coloured this in for my flip through, but I did him in like a tabby cat, like oranges. So it's fun to change the colours around and give him some green eyes, which match the little green aliens. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed colouring it, and I shall look forward to seeing you in another video. Thanks so much, guys. See you later.